Welcome into the lounge presented by DraftKings. We are thrilled to sit down with Ravens Senior Vice President of Marketing, Brad Downs, who has a special reveal for fans. We've been sitting on this for a while. Yeah. Fans have been waiting. Have you heard from any fans, about any kind of special uniform thing? Have they been clamoring for this?
No, we don't hear anything from fans about uniforms every time another team unveils uniforms, any uniform piece. We hear two things. When are we going to get something? Why can't we have nice things? And then as long as it's not the gold pants.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
those are the most common comments we hear from our fans.
Yes.
And so today we're excited to announce the gold pants. Ryan.
Put them on.
Yeah, here we go. No, we have a new helmet. And so you have it covered up here in this bag.
I have it.
And Mick hasn't seen this
Garrett's
yet.
seen it. Of course, Brad's seen it. I have not. So let's unveil this thing.
We just get right to it?
This is going to be a true
Mike?
reation video.
Okay.
Let's go here, Brad.
Let's do it. Let's get it out here.
All right.
Are you ready?
I
feel like we need a drum roll.
I'm one of those fans that's been hitting
All
you
right,
up.
here we go. You ready? All right. Ta-da!
Oh, that's sick.
There we go.
That's sick. The matted purple. That's real sick. Front-facing birdie head.
Front-facing birdie head.
I like the gold.
Mask.
I like the gold kind of stripes up the middle.
Those are our gold Talon stripes.
Talon stripes. Okay. Did not know the terminology.
Yeah.
That's very cool. That is sick.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been great. It's been fun working on it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it'll be paired with our Color Rush jersey.
Yeah.
So and Color Rush uniform, which we didn't wear last year, so that'll be making a comeback this year.
Right.
And I can feel good about saying that the purple matches the Color Rush, the gold matches spot on. So it'll be a purple rising is what we're calling the helmet, and the new name for our Color Rush uniforms, we're going to call it Purple Rising. So
that's cool.
Yeah, excited about it.
Yeah. All right, so tell us how this all started. Tell us the story behind this coming to fruition.
Yeah, so really the league changed the policy on alternate helmets. I think it was 2022.
Yeah.
So I'm a uniform guy, helmet junkie. I love that. So I mean, I've been waiting for this day for a long time. So, but when that policy got changed, we started having conversations about it, and we know our fans have clamored for it. They just like new stuff, right? A lot of fans like new stuff,
right? But
our uniforms have a nice traditional feel, and we've had a lot of success in them. So, we don't want to be that team that changes all the time. We like the tradition that we've built, and so we've had conversations for years on these, and thought about this for years, and then the conversation really dialed up a couple of years ago, really before the 23 season. I feel like we were close, but we didn't quite get there. We weren't quite satisfied. We were looking at so many options.
How many options do you think you looked at?
I looked this up yesterday. I think I have at least 14 options of helmets.
Wow.
And that doesn't even include swapping decals and things like that, logos, stripes. I mean, there's countless. Yeah. So, so we narrowed it down to 2. And then this was the direction that we went.
Interesting.
Very cool.
So you said that this goes back to the helmet rule change in 2022. How long, back up to how long this process really takes to come to fruition? Do you get in a room and you start having conversations around this, 3 years ago and thinking what would an alternate helmet look like? Kind of take us inside the process of exactly when these conversations started and then what went into it before the announcement today.
Yeah. So it starts with a conversation, with Sashi Brown, and hey, do we have an appetite for this? And you start kind of having some of those discussions to see if we have an appetite for it. We did. And then you start working with the league a little bit. You talk through the brand. We sent them a bunch of information on our brand. They work with Nike closely on uniforms in the uniform closet. So we started with kind of a bigger conversation about everything, uniform, helmets, the whole 9 yards, and with a focus on the alternate helmet program, but then how that fits within our uniform closet and things like that. So it's really, you work with multiple people. What seems so simple to just, hey, let's put a purple and gold helmet out to go with Color Rush. we're just very thorough. We want to make sure that we've got the right mix, that we've got the right feedback, that everybody's happy with it. So when we get to this point, everybody here is happy with it. Players are excited about it, and we're ready to see it on the field.
So Brad, you're a father like us,
Yep.
and so you know that whenever you get something or the kids get something new, they ask, "Well, what else you got?"
Yeah,
Right?
Absolutely.
So I'm sure one of the first questions from fans are going to be, "Well, when do we get the alternate uniforms?"
I know. It won't take long before it's like, this is old news. What's
Right,
next?
right.
I mean, that's the way it goes.
Exactly.
Right? One of the differences with this is, and that was part of the process, right? We're putting this on top of an existing uniform combination that we have, which contributed to the design of it, and which contributed to which helmet we did. We looked at a lot of different colors and options. I mean, obviously there's only so many colors we can look at. Mm-hmm. So we decided not to roll out a new alternate uniform with the alternate helmet. That's been part of the conversation around uniforms in general, but instead, a great opportunity to use that and kind of bring back that purple rising uniform and create a helmet to go with that.
So at what point was this thing finalized? Like, when did we're sitting here and we're announcing on June 17th. At what point do you have this helmet locked in a closet, the vault, keeping it away from Ryan's eyes until today?
Yeah.
At what point do you get that helmet and it's signed, sealed, and delivered, and this is going to be the helmet that gets unveiled at a certain point?
It was around late October, early November is when we dialed it in.
Wow. So you've been sitting on this for a little while.
Been sitting on it for a while, and there's been a nondescript white box sitting in my office for a couple months now that just sits there. And
Lock and key?
It's become white noise in there at this point. So it's exciting. I made a comment today. I can't wait to just let the helmet out of the box and sit in my office. So,
right.
But yeah, so we finalized this direction probably early November, and then a final round of making sure that the owner's good with it, that Eric, John are good with it, so that everybody's on the same page, united on the helmet. Everybody likes the helmet, and then we did the official go ahead. So
is there any like player input? Do you bounce it off Roquan is really the question.
Kaneko, who obviously is instrumental in this process.
Yeah. He's our equipment manager.
Yeah, right. Kaneko, our equipment manager, he has been instrumental in the process as well, and spent a lot of time with he and his team. And it's amazing how quick they can change out face masks and decals and things like that. So as we've got these shells that Riddell sent along, we can look at them in different setups and things like that. And he may have gotten a couple players' eyes on him.
Right?
He may have gotten a couple test shots in there of player input on those.
All right.
But that's top secret.
So tell me, the matte kind of finish. What was the reasoning that you went in that direction? Because that's obviously brand new to Ravens fans.
Yeah. So we looked at. It's amazing. One of the things that I learned through this process is how many different finishes there are for helmets, right? So we looked at every finish you can imagine. We wanted to do something different, not only in color. I mean, we looked at black helmets with different finishes and things like that. So we knew we wanted a different finish, something different. And just the way this purple color popped with that finish and matches the uniform is great. I mean, it was, when we got it out, when we got the color and the finish out of the box, it was close to a no-brainer.
Tell me about the logo, because this is a logo that we've had for a long time, but don't use a ton.
Yeah.
How did you decide on this logo?
Yeah, the logo will probably be a popular topic of the helmet.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something different. One of the options that a lot of teams do is classic. They do the throwback. The league calls it classic uniforms. This logo is part of the original set. It was modified and updated when the logo was changed back in 2000 or 99, I guess it was. My apologies. And then while we don't use this logo a lot, the eyes are very iconic to the game day experience. Our players run out for intros under the eyes. We have
these
them
are
in our
those
end
eyes.
zones.
These
are the eyes.
These are the iconic
the
eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the full logo of the eyes.
Right.
So, so we felt like it was time to give this logo a little shine, if you will. You know, our fans love the shield, right? And I know that'll be one of the popular comments is why not the shield? But you know, with the existing uniform, we got the shield right on the sleeve, so the shield's already prominently there on the sleeve. So this one made a lot of sense to bring to the forefront on the helmet.
And I think it's cool too, leaning into the gold a little bit more, which is one of our kind of secondary colors.
Yeah. The color rush uniform, the gold numbers, the fans love that treatment. So
just not the mustard yellow, the gold.
Just not in the pants. But the numbers in gold is definitely something that has been well received from the fans. You know, we pay attention to all of that feedback from the fans, and to really try to land on something that they're going to love and be excited to see.
Yeah, I am interested in that because like we've been joking about, fans have had a lot of input.
Yes.
Right. And they have a lot of opinions about this, and you even are anticipating what fans are going to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know what they're going to say. I mean, listen, I mean, it's great. Like we follow, I mean, you know, we all follow what our fans say. I mean, this goes back, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, I'm a uniform brand helmet guy, obviously, and you know, we've done focus groups over the years. I mean, some of the feedback that we started to accumulate for things like this goes back to, we did focus groups in 2017. And that was shortly after Color Rush was unveiled. But so there are focus groups, so that anytime I've been involved in those, I always try to work in a couple questions about logos, colors, helmets, things like that, to just add to the file and the feedback. So, you know, and then obviously anytime a uniform's unveiled or anytime the Ravens are mentioned, it's, you know, you can scroll through the comments and get a good pulse of what's going on and what the fans want.
Well, we do the Ravens mailbag where fans send in questions. I think every single week we get, when are the new uniforms, when are an alternate helmet coming? So today's the day, fans. We never answer that question. We just disregard that question. But today is the day.
You finally answered. You should go back and answer all of those questions.
That'll take a very long time.
That would take a long time.
Very long time. Going back to the gold, I have another question on that. The gold face mask. Yeah. That, I just think that's one of my favorite aspects of this helmet. I think like straight on, I love the purple matte, but I think straight on, it's a really cool look. Yeah. And when we did the photo shoot with some players, they had obviously some cool visors that really made the whole thing pop.
The visor makes it pop.
Visor makes it pop.
Wait, I haven't even seen the photo shoot. What's the visor? What are we talking about?
No. Just player visors.
Yeah,
just regular. Like the color of them made it really pop, or what?
Just the visor look. It was like a dark visor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they had some cool visors that were part of it. But I just think that like that straight on face mask is cool, the gold face masks. So how did you land on the gold? Were you toying with other options? Was it always gold?
No, it wasn't always gold. We had every combination. We had a black face mask. We had, which the black looked cool, but you know, as we were aligning it with different uniform combinations, because what you can't do, you can't mix and match, right? So when you bring an alternate helmet to the field, it's got to be locked in with a uniform combination.
Oh, okay.
So as we looked at different options, you know, it kind of essentially boiled down to, we had different mask options that would pair better with different combos. And, you know, that's really, I mean, we had purple face mask options with black helmets. I mean, we kind of had the gamut of options, you know, like I mentioned, you know, our equipment team, Kaneko and his team, they are really quick with, it's like a pit crew and changing out things. So we could take shells, look at it different ways and things like that. So we had a lot of different options, but then when we landed on the Color Rush, it made it a no-brainer to bring that gold face mask. And we had, just in the gold face mask, there were probably 4 or 5 different types of gold to test out and make sure that it matched.
And are you allowed to have multiple alternates, or are you capped?
So you can have multiple alternates now. Mm-hmm. That was a revision this past year, that teams could have 2 alternates, which you've seen some of the teams that have
like a throwback
unveiled. They've put multiple 3 helmets out. So
wow.
So we're not there yet. You know, it makes it tough. You know, we like to mix and match all of our uniform combos, which to do that, there's just all sorts of nuances to the league policy on uniforms that to mix and match all three of our jerseys with all three of our pants, it kind of, when you put different helmets on top of those, it kind of locks them down and takes away some of that flexibility. So what seems like kind of easy thoughts, there are so many nuances to it. It takes a while.
And do we know what game the Ravens will be wearing these for yet?
We do, but we're going to save that one for.
All right.
We're going to save.
Right.
We got to leave the fans want a little more, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So we're
And only one game, correct?
one game.
Okay.
Is the plan for this year. But again,
come on the lounge. We're pressing you for details here.
I love it. I love it.
We're not giving you softball questions, Brad.
I love it. Bring it. Hey, I'm just thrilled to be here, guys.
Yeah. So you said one for this year, but maybe down the road things could change.
And again, we'll announce the full range of that a little later in the summer. But yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited about this. I haven't had the chance to show this to a handful of players, and but ahead of the announcement today, and you can tell they're fired up about it. I mean, guys are really excited about this. I think fans certainly will love it. And so we're actually running a contest on our website where fans have a chance to win one of these helmets. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you check that out on our website and our app. That's a chance to get your own. Yeah. So these are going to be a hot item, no doubt.
I think so. Seeing the players' reaction was. That was pretty cool. That's
validation a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of validation. Because you never know. You never know how people are going to react to it. And the things like these, as you guys know, there's going to be people that love it. There's going to be people that wanted a white version. Right. That wanted a different black version. That maybe wanted a gold version. There's people that like feel passionate about it, and we love that. So it's but yeah, it's a bit validating to see their reaction and how have it get unveiled to them, and it's cool.
Was your heart pumping a little bit when you showed the players?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, hey, look, even getting Mink's reaction, right? Like, I mean, it's fun to let people see it because with the nature of how things work today, as much feedback as you want to get, you've got to keep it. You've got to keep the group small that gets to see it, and because it's amazing how easily this stuff leaks out.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't for me because I hadn't seen it.
I know. You're safe. My hands are clean. Listen, I know you're good. You're good, man. You're good.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited about this. I think fans again are going to love this thing. So thanks so much for the time, and congrats on being able to let the helmet out of the bag.
Yeah, let it breathe a little bit.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome. We're coming to you from the SeatGeek studio, and you're listening to the Lounge Podcast. We also want to give a shout out to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. They are an official sports betting partner of the Baltimore Ravens. They've got a limited time offer running that you don't want to miss. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use the promo code FLOCK. If you are a new user, you can get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. Again, the promo code is FLOCK. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER. You need to be at least 21 years older to play and physically present in Maryland. So I'm fired up about a helmet. I mean, I think it looks awesome. I kind of like going inside baseball with Brad and just learning about the process. I don't think fans. I didn't know this until we went through it. Like just how long the process takes. Like it's not like you can decide on Monday to create a new helmet and have it ready on Sunday. Like it doesn't. This is years in the making. Right. And so I think that was some good insight just into the whole process.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Can't wait to find out what game they're going to wear it for.
Yeah. Everyone can guess and speculate.
Can make some guesses. You have any guesses?
Well, I may or may not have an idea of what it's going to be.
Oh, man. I'm out of the loop on everything.
I'm just going to leave you in the dark.
I kind of like being out of the loop because I can never be accused of being the leak. So I know nothing.
It's fair. It's a good place to be. But yeah, I think it's really cool. And if fans haven't done so already, if you're watching or listening and you just want to check out all the stuff that we've put out, there's been a lot that's gone out today on social media, on our app, our website. Again, this is the Purple Rising uniform and helmet, and that stuff is all out right now. I think that the pictures, the video, all of that is really, really cool. You can tell how fired up the players are and looking at some of the reactions. So make sure you check that out. I think fans will really enjoy that. The other thing too, as we wrap up here, is coming up on Wednesday, we have Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
joining us for an episode of The Lounge. And really just, I think fans will find that conversation interesting. I mean, he's pretty open and honest in that conversation, talked about life on and off the field, and that's coming out on Wednesday. So I think that's one to circle your calendars. I think fans will enjoy that episode.
Absolutely. Yep. We are in off-season mode now, but keep churning out that content.
Yep.
The Lounge never rests, even though you moved out of it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back with you on Wednesday.